Hello, gorgeous ones, and welcome to today's Freedom Island Masterclass, where we're going to look at funnels and whether a funnel is something you actually need in your business. Now, I do funnels very differently to most people. In terms of funnels such as Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels, we're taught to have the value ladder. So to really bring people in for the awareness, the interest, evaluation, engagement, and then the sale. They talk about bait, like actually getting clients. And if you've been in my world for a while, you'll know that's not how I personally do business. Funnels are a phenomenal way to connect with your audience, and everything that I do and everything that I encourage my clients to do is around connection. There is so much going on in the online space, so it's absolutely essential that we cut through that noise in a very different way. So instead of creating bait and instead of hooking clients, I prefer to make connection and a relationship and build one person at a time. This system, this process is not for everyone. I've got a lot of clients that want that energy of getting clients, ringing the bell when they've hooked a new client. For me, it's about creating these really beautiful, nurturing relationships, these connections that enable me to help my audience. That is everything that I'm personally about, is helping my clients transform, create their very own freedom blueprint, whether that is creating 250K months, whether that's creating 20K months, whether that's being able to work 1 or 2 days a week from home with their family, travel. We've got beautiful clients inside Freedom Island that are working towards retiring their partner, paying off their parents' mortgage, shouting their whole family on a first class trip. Whatever it is, it's different for all of us. And every part of our business is different. We don't have to do what everyone else is doing. I mean, I'm the perfect example of that. I've always done things a little differently. It's worked for me and it works for my clients because connection is the number one thing that we all need. So today, let's talk about your funnel and whether a funnel is something that's going to work for you. I will say that all of my clients that are definitely 7 figures and most of my high 6-figure clients have various funnels for various elements in their business, and I'll share some of those examples with you today. Today is really about you just understanding whether you need a funnel or not. And when we're talking about a funnel, we're talking about something that's bringing in prospects that are cold. So people that maybe don't know about you, they don't know that you're a business coach or that you're a mentor. They don't know that you've got these incredible masterclasses and masterminds and a membership platform. They don't know about you yet. So we've got our cold traffic. We've got our warm traffic. You can almost think about it like traffic lights, our cold traffic, our warm traffic, and then what we call our hot traffic, our hot prospects. Everybody calls them something different, but for me, I want to be able to create content for my audience at all different levels. My cold prospects often don't even know what their freedom blueprint looks like. They're just in that hustle mode in their business, making things work, doing different things, kind of throwing things at the wall and hoping that they'll stick. Warm, they've definitely done their research. They know that they are ready to work with someone one-on-one. They don't want to go and do another course, another workshop. They don't want to be in a big group coaching container. They want quick transformation, but they're just not sure yet who they want their mentor to be. So they're really in that, what I love to call information gathering mode. They're doing some research, they're watching some classes, maybe visiting a few blogs, having some discovery one-on-one calls. Then we've got our hot pre-qualified leads. These people wanted to grow and transform their business yesterday. They are like, I'm ready to work. I had a beautiful client literally this morning. Emily messaged and said, I'm ready to work. Can we do our call tomorrow? These are the kind of audiences that you are going to be connecting with. And if we just threw the same content at all of them, it would become a little confusing, because people in your cold audience, they don't even know who you are. It's like, I use this analogy a bit, but it literally is like going on a first date and asking that person to marry you in the first 5 minutes. It's never going to happen. There's no relationship, there's no connection, there's no feelings. We talk about people buying from people, and it's so incredibly true. And it happens online more than ever, because people don't want to just buy something and be part of 500 people in a group coaching container. They want transformation. They want results, and they're absolutely willing to pay for it. So let's think about how you can integrate a funnel or a few different funnels in your business. 1, without being overwhelmed yourself, and 2, without confusing your audience. So let's just make it super simple, super streamlined. I'm all about doing less to help our clients even more and to make even more money yourself. So let's look at what we can do. What we can do in a sense that we can create content for our cold audience, create content for our warm audience, and create content for our pre-qualified hot prospects who are ready to buy yesterday. We often even call them our hyper buyers. They are so ready to buy. And once we have content for each, it just becomes really about building the connections. People do need touch points. They're not going to just come and watch maybe a 5-minute masterclass and then suddenly pay you $25K for a coaching offer. They want to consume some content. And a really great tip here, and this is something that a lot of people get wrong, people digest content differently. Some people love masterclasses, videos. Others love reading. They want to read blogs and white articles. Others are really visual. They want to see really beautiful, luxurious images and quotes and infographics. Some people love to listen. They want a podcast. So instead of trying to do everything yourself, focus on creating one piece of content for that audience, whether it's cold, warm, or hot, and just repurpose it. You could do a masterclass and then do what I do. One of my VAs just puts it straight into a podcast episode. It's so easy. You can use tools like Rev, R-E-V. You could do your masterclass, submit it to Rev, and then suddenly you've got your written content. We have to stop making things so hard. Like, you really don't need to be doing, I was reading something the other day and it literally said you need to be doing 100 pieces of content at a time. My blood pressure went through the roof. I was like, what? That is crazy. I'd rather do one beautiful piece of content and then either myself or have one of my virtual assistants repurpose that for my audience, because people do digest content differently. I've mentioned this before, but my audience loves video masterclasses like I'm doing today. That's what my audience really connects with. They just want to feel inspired. They want to feel activated. They want strategy. They want to have, information that they can digest and think about and implement themselves. And then when they're ready to work one-on-one with me, I have all these incredible opportunities and offers for them. So my invitation to you today is not to necessarily say I have to do a funnel. More think about, if I was to do a funnel, how could I best connect with my audience. And I'd love to give you some really great examples. One of my clients, Hugh, he has an incredible mini mastermind. It goes for 15 days. It's $5,997 for the 15 days. His audience is very specific to what they want to be doing. Within his funnel, he has one funnel. People can click on the funnel and they get instant access once they've put in their email address. They get instant access to 5 5-minute masterclasses that he's created. So it's 25 minutes in total, but he's broken it down. Each one has a very specific topic and theme related to his mini mastermind. At the end of those 5 masterclasses, they have 2 options. One, they can go and watch what he has created, probably, I'd say only in the last 2, maybe 3 months. It's for more the logical buyer. It's a 60-minute masterclass. He has a Q&A in there, so questions and answers that people have asked about the mini mastermind. He outlines everything in there because when we started working together, Hugh did not want to do sales calls. That was the big thing. He didn't want a setter. He didn't want a closer. He runs the mini mastermind every 8 weeks. And he didn't want to do sales calls. So they watch the 5-minute masterclasses. They get all those touch points. They get excited about the possibility. He really focuses on the benefits, not the features. Then they have 2 options. One, they can go and watch the full 60-minute masterclass, which goes into much more detail. He outlines the frequently asked questions and answers. He talks about the pricing because everything that we do is about transparency. It's a $5,997 mini mastermind for the 15 days. Alternatively, if they don't want to watch that, they can go straight to speak to Hugh. He has a private Facebook messenger, as we all do on Facebook. He has the direct link there. They can click on that, ask questions. There's no bots. I don't do any bots. I don't do anything like that. It's all connections. We don't do any automated bots at all. It's all connections. Hugh personally answers those questions. And then he has his no landing page, nothing at all. They're already in the funnel. And then he has his Stripe payment for $5,997 after a brief conversation. And he usually is able to connect with his audience within minutes before they buy, gives them the link and they pay. There's no sales calls, everything's transparent. They have very few questions by the time they get to Messenger with Hugh. The reason he doesn't go straight to having a payment link out of those 2 options, one being the full 60-minute masterclass, the second being speaking to him on Messenger, is he doesn't accept just everyone. He has a few questions that he wants to ask on Messenger as well. So the funnel works in a way of bringing people in that are very interested in what Hugh presents on, which is very specific. He works specifically with startups that want to have their very first virtual summit to bring in their first 1,000 emails within 15 days. So it's very specific what he works on. But he needs to make sure they're the right fit for him and that the mastermind is the right fit for them, because with a mastermind, you're with a group of like-minded people. And if you just have one person that's not aligned to the message and what you're doing, it can put the whole group off. Hugh doesn't have a grabby bone in his body. Everything that we work on together is about just serving his audience at the very highest level possible. So we walk them through the funnel of the 5 free masterclasses, then they can either go and consume a full 60 minutes masterclass, or they can jump on that private message on Facebook with Hugh and they will get the payment link from there. He actually does not do any payment plans. It's a $5,997 pay in full up front. And all of that's outlined. So if you're able to create content that is so transparent, and what I talk about every single day, that value before transaction, really showing your audience, I'm here for you, I can help you. This is what I do, and this is the transformation you and I can co-create together. So let's think about how you can do that in a funnel. So instead of having to jump on lots of sales calls, instead of having to go back and forth on email, you've got this incredible piece of content that you can share with your audience. There's no push. You're not pushing anyone to buy from you. It seriously is the most incredible feeling, just having people buy, like just having these Stripe notifications coming in, you know, every day over and over again, like bing, 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 bing. It's a whole new connection. It's somebody else that I can transform their life. I can transform their business. And there's no push or no follow-up involved. Like I had a comment from somebody the other day, actually on one of my Facebook lives. She said, thank you for answering all of my questions. I haven't heard back from you. And I was like, well, I answered your questions and I'm not going to chase you for the sale. It was for a $3,333 sale. I'm not chasing you for that. When you're ready, you can come and work with me and find me and follow up yourself. We don't need to hold the hand of our audience like we're taught in marketing, that we've got to walk them through. There's so much online about like getting the person on the call and staying on the call until you've got them, until they've paid. Like, why? These people have worked so hard to make that $3,333. They have the power. They have the decision making whether they want to spend that on my mentorship. I really hope this is aligning with you in a way that you're going to start thinking about presenting your business online in such a different way, because it just removes all of the ickiness around sales. I love, love, love making money, but I don't want to ever be in a position where someone is joining something of mine because they felt any kind of pressure. I've got a gorgeous client. She started working with me only, I shouldn't say only, probably about 6 months ago now. And she'd previously been working as a closer, so getting on the calls and closing people. And she said it was just such a high pressure job because you literally had to go and comment in a group environment on Slack every time you got a sale, and people would congratulate you from closing that person. And she said it just didn't feel right. Nothing about it felt good. So now she's actually setting up her own incredible agency for setters and closers, but it's got a very female, very feminine energy about it. She's only working with female clients and is already just doing so well. Because we don't want to be selling and pushing and really hounding people to buy from us. And that's what we have to remember our audience is getting from so many other people. So if we can really flip the switch and be that person that's giving the power to the prospect, to the potential client, I'm giving you all the information. And for me personally, I give so much free value. And I encourage people, use this, try and do it on your own. And when you get to a point where it's just one, taking too long, two, you feel overwhelmed, and three, you just want to really implement something that's worked time and time and time again, and they're ready to bring their very own freedom blueprint to life, then let's chat, then come and work with me. But definitely try these things on your own. As business owners and entrepreneurs, one of our greatest gifts is time. And building a funnel takes time. Connecting with your audience in a really beautiful way takes time. But suddenly you're going to have this business model that's based on value before transaction, trust before transaction, and you're going to be working with really aligned dream clients because you've already built a connection. And it does change everything for you. You no longer have to create content and come across that you're desperate for a sale. I really need this sale. You're coming across as being your true, authentic self. This is how I can help you. This is the transformation I can help you with. Here's the value, but then you also must make a transaction. You must make a payment for that transformation to take place. I have so many people in my free classes, and they message me and they tell me things aren't working. And then I sort of engage in a conversation and dig a little deeper and find out a little bit more. And they're just not implementing. They're just getting all of this free content everywhere they can online. But then there's no point where they're saying, okay, I'm implementing. I'm spending the next 30 days and I'm hitting 30K in those 30 days. I'm hitting 100K in those 30 days. If we can really set an intention and sit with that intention and make it so specific. The amount of people that say to me, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Great. How are you going to get there? How long is it going to take you to get there? What kind of offers are you going to share? We have to be so incredibly specific with our intentions and our goals. Otherwise, we're just kind of putting it out there. I want to be a millionaire. But what are the milestones? What are the steps that you need to implement to get you there? You can dream it, you can manifest it, you can make vision boards, all of that's great. Go for that. But what about the strategy and the mindset and the implementation that take you from where you are now to where you want to be, bringing this freedom blueprint to life, however it looks to you? So today's conversation is about you really understanding if a funnel is going to help you get closer to connecting with your audience. Don't just think about it as don't just think about it in a way that the funnel is going to make me more sales. I'm going to get another client. Think about it as an actual funnel, like starting with that cold audience who doesn't know you. There is zero connection. You've met for the first date and you're about to propose. Never going to happen. And then start providing value, content that's helping them see that you're not just about the dollar bill, that you're about really showing up and helping and co-creating on a much deeper level than they've ever experienced before. I have people telling me, I would say, not every day, but every few days, that my free content helps them more than a lot of paid group containers, even some one-on-one that they've experienced. That makes me feel absolutely incredible and so proud, because I work so hard to create free content for people that are just not ready to invest yet. And of course, I've got people inside the free content that have been in there for years and years, and I know they'll never buy, and that's okay. I'm giving them value for them to use for themselves. And I'm so okay with that, because I've got this other huge portion of my audience that are just desperate to create their dream life, their dream business, and bring that freedom blueprint to life. And they're prepared to do the work, and they're prepared to invest in themselves. I say this all the time. People aren't investing in me. They're investing in themselves, that they're going to take a proven process that's been used thousands of times before and customize it to them. All of our businesses are so different. And what works for one business owner, one entrepreneur, won't necessarily work for you. That's why I'm so incredibly passionate about one-on-one work, because it can be customized. It can really support you in a way that you're like, okay, I don't want to do Facebook ads, and the group that I'm in, the next month is all about Facebook ads. And this is where that time, being such a precious commodity, comes in. We've just wasted a whole month. I don't even want to do Facebook ads. I want to do organic. So we have to get to a point where we're like, okay, I have consumed so much information and so much knowledge, and now I need to put a step-by-step in place to make this happen. It's go time. I'm hitting that go button and I'm doing what I need to do to make it happen for me and for my loved ones. Imagine how it's going to feel having these sales coming in consistently after you've connected with people. It has to be about so much more than just the money. Like, the money is incredible. I'm the first person to admit it. But the actual transformations that you can co-create, like changing people's lives in a way that they've never experienced, there is nothing quite like that. So whatever it is that you are helping your audience with, I want you to think about creating, if this aligns with you, a funnel that's bringing in people that don't necessarily know about you yet, don't know about your business yet. You're bringing them into a funnel with value. And then instead of saying, okay, now it's time to pay 25K, let's do what not many other people are doing, and let's continue to give value. Value before transaction. Let's show them how we can help them before they pay us. It's a novel idea. It's worked for me for 25 years, and there's not a lot of people running their businesses online this way, and it is so incredibly transparent, authentic, and it just feels like the most beautiful way to connect with your audience. So let's have a brainstorming session over the next day or so where you can just sit down, have some time to yourself. Don't go and Google funnels. Don't go and Google ClickFunnels and use one of their templates that everybody else is doing. Let's do things differently. Let's think about creating something like Hue, like those 5 masterclasses. They're only 5 minutes each, but they just accelerated all of those touch points. When people want a transformation, and I'm going to use an example, I've got a lot of very talented, very inspiring mentors, coaches, and consultants as clients that are helping people with their marriage. It is such an important space to be in. Let's put this into perspective. I've been married for 25 years. My husband is absolutely incredible. If we were at a point where we were thinking about divorce, we were thinking about separation, there is absolutely no way that I would want to join a 12-month group container to save my marriage. There is zero chance of me downloading a $97 ebook to save my marriage. I would want to collapse time and get the fastest, most accelerated results possible. And if that could be done in days, maximum weeks, I would be in. If it had to cost me $30K to save my marriage, I would be jumping in with both feet. Anything under like probably $2,000 or $3,000, I'd be like, oh, I don't really know if that can help me with this big transformation. How does that feel? How does that sit with you? It changes things a little, doesn't it? And look at it from the perspective of my clients. They don't want to wait 18 months to build their business and to, start creating wealth in their business and transformation with their clients. They want that done in days or weeks. I've spoken to you before about my 30-day accelerated one-on-one mentoring. Those clients want to hit 30K in 30 days, like that. And I have my power guarantee in there. It's a $3,333 offer. If they don't 10 times that investment within the 30 days, I continue to work with them one-on-one until we get them there. They can't lose. It's a results-based guarantee. Those people don't want to spend 6, 12, 18 months hitting 30K months. They want to do it in 30 days, and they're willing to pay $3,333 like that. They invest that quickly. because it's going to happen, and they're putting it out there in the world. I'm doing this. I'm investing in myself to make this happen. It is happening. So think about that marriage example. Think about someone. I've got one client, and I've spoken about her quite a bit. She helps women specifically that are on high blood pressure medication to lose weight and to get off their high blood pressure medication within 18 weeks. Now that does seem like it's a little bit longer than 30 days, and it is, but there's lots of health regulations around what she does. People pay Pratina $4,444 as a deposit and $4,444 after the 18 weeks, because they need those results. She can't do that in 5 days or even 30 days. It's a longer, more customized blueprint that she works on with her methodology, but people want that result. So let's stop playing such a small game and helping someone with something really small. Let's do what Pratina's doing and helping people change. Let's do what so many of my incredible clients are doing and helping people with their marriage. Doing things like I'm doing, helping people transform their business and really bring to life their freedom blueprint. Stop playing small. Play a bigger game, because that's when things will change. Put together a $5,000, a $10,000, a $30,000 package and start selling it. People might not buy it today, but once you've been able to hit those touch points and really articulate to your audience what that transformation looks like to them, they will pay. So today I want you to sit and have that brainstorming session where you look at those 3 different audiences: your cold, your warm, your hot. If you were to release that offer today, a $30K offer to those warm buyers, and that might be 5 people, it might be 3 people. One person could buy that offer today, tomorrow, next week. So stop playing small. You've got people waiting for you to create these transformational experiences that they're willing to pay for. They are willing to pay to play. They are willing to pay to play for a transformation and collapse time around it. People are no longer buying 18-month masterminds, 2-year masterminds. They're doing things like what Hugh's doing and having a 15-day mini mastermind where they're getting these incredible results in 15 days and paying $5,997 to do that. Time, it's such a precious commodity for everyone. And if you can collapse time and get your audience to move from a prospect to a client because of that accelerated result, pricing doesn't come too much into play. It always is part of the equation. Absolutely. People are on budgets. People have certain money to invest in themselves, to invest in other things. But your prospects, your audience, your community have everything they need to make the decision about whether to work and buy from you or not. You need to stop hounding them. You need to stop emailing them 10 times a day. You need to stop putting fake scarcity in there. When I close an offer, it is closed, and I'll usually do it on a specific time. So like 11:59 p.m. on a date. Someone clicks on at 2:01 a.m. or even 12:01 a.m. It's shut down. That offer's gone. We need to be so transparent with what we're doing, because how would that feel? Suddenly it becomes icky. You've just told me that $10,000 offer you're sharing is closing in 1 hour. So I've gone to the bank, I've got that money. I jump on in 3 hours time just to see, and it's still open. I don't know if I'd be hitting the buy button, because you've already just lied to me up front, telling me that the offer's closing and now it's still open. That doesn't feel okay with me. That's not how I run my business. That's not how I run my life. That's not how I've, raised my children. That's not a good feeling. Let's collectively change this online space in a way where it is so beautifully transparent, where we feel so connected with our audience that we bring and align and attract our dream buyers because they feel the same values, they have the same beliefs. There's enough people out there doing the fake scarcity, enough people out there with the grabby energy, with the setters and the closers. Let's leave them because there's an audience for them as well. There is more than enough for all of us. And if you want that kind of business, I am not the right mentor for you, and Freedom Island is not a great fit for you. But if it aligns with you, I'd really encourage you to sit down and think about creating a funnel. You don't need lots of funnels. A funnel that's really helping your audience come in as a cold prospect, someone that doesn't know you, and then start building all these beautiful connections and touch points through value without asking them for anything. They've already given you their email address. That in itself is a transaction. I don't give my email address for personal things just out all the time. I actually have one email, actually I've got lots of email addresses, but I have one email address. And I use that email specifically for things that I'm not really 100% sure on. So maybe I've seen an ebook or there's tickets to something coming up and I want to find out a little bit more. I send them to that email folder. So when I open that email folder, it's really easy to just unsubscribe if it's not a fit, if it's not something I want. And I cannot tell you how much time that saved me over the years, instead of just feeding into my work or my personal email addresses. It feels really good to talk about transparency and moving your audience from where they are now to an invitation to buy from you. That's all it is. There's no sales pitch. I can't even stand the word pitch. It reminds me of Mad Men, that show with John Hamm. John Hamm? Let's just invite them to the transformation as a co-creation, and having a funnel, one high converting funnel that's helping you build that value before transaction, instead of having those funnels, those tripwire funnels. They're literally called tripwire because it's almost like we're tricking people into coming in for free, and then they've got to buy something for $7 and then $47, and then suddenly it's $500, and oh, you need a workbook for another $500. Like, a confused mind never buys. A confused mind never buys. So once that starts happening, we often click off that because it's just too much. It's too complicated. So let's just do everything so streamlined, so connected. We don't need automated bots answering your Facebook. Let's build real connections and show people up front how we can help them, and then invite them to make a transaction so a transformation can take place. It really is that easy. I hope you've loved today's session. I've loved sharing all of that with you. I'm so passionate about it, and I'm so passionate about collectively raising this online space and ensuring that you stand out as somebody that is so authentic, so honest, so raw, so transparent, that you're not making your audience jump through hoops to find out how much it is. So many people will tell you, don't put your prices online, don't put it on your website. Why not? Remember, our audience, my audience, your audience, our audience, they're smart, they're empowered, they're savvy. They don't need to be pushed into something they don't want to buy. Okay, as always, I hope you feel so inspired, so activated to take action, to have that brainstorming session, to think about whether creating a funnel is aligned with your business and where you want to move with your business. And if so, customize it. Make it your own. People don't need to see another ClickFunnels template. Make it your own. I'm sending you so much love, so much success in your business. And as always, if you have any questions at all, I'd love to invite you to send me a private message on Facebook, and it would be my pleasure to have a chat with you there and see if there are any opportunities for us to work together, or I'm simply there to answer any of your questions. Have a beautiful day ahead wherever you are, gorgeous humans, and bye for now.